And then I saw your email, dude. That's exciting. So we are going to go live now online. We'll share with everybody a story about Alex. We can start about how you started the business. So we are live now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited today to share with you, to let everybody, Alex, to let everybody eavesdrop our conversation. I was telling you this morning. I was at 8 o'clock. We have a whole group. One of the number one team in New Jersey is joining a national network here at LPT. And then today at 3 o'clock, I'm going to Rancho Cucamonga. There's another office, an entire office there that we are meeting. But anyway, today we'd like to welcome Alex Morales here to our session here. Alex, I saw your text messages. You sponsored two people within the first 24 hours. That's amazing. But anyway, before we get too
Thank you.
excited, let's slow down. And why don't you share with everybody your story, like your story, where you came from, how did you get started in the business? And when I first met you a couple of weeks ago, your story, I was like, man, everywhere you go, no matter which brokerage you go to, you always cap within your first couple of months. So that's like, let's start with that. Let's start with your story.
My story. Okay. Well, thanks, Rudy, for having me on. I appreciate that. So my story, Rudy, is at 18 years old, I started my professional sales career. I actually started as a car salesperson and worked for a couple of car dealerships, and I enjoyed it, right? I enjoyed that. Um, and then a year later, I wanted to join the Marine Corps, right? And the reason why I wanted to join the Corps was because I wanted to, get some discipline, even though I was an okay young man, right? I wasn't a bad young man, but I wanted to get some discipline in me right away. And more importantly, I wanted to start my career at a young age, right? When I got out. So that was my mindset back then. So I did at 19 years old, I joined the Corps. And at 23 years old, I was back selling cars again, but I opened up my own business, had my own business going on in real estate because with the Marine Corps, it changed my mindset, right? I had a lot more discipline, right? Not only that, I developed a strong work ethic, and thank God I did very well. I've owned and operated my own car dealership for 27 years. I had fantastic. I had great ups and downs in the beginning, but like a lot of us in our careers, because of life, right? And then the pandemic, there was a lot of downs, right? And so I decided to transition and change careers under 4 years ago, and decided to become a realtor. And so I got into the real estate field. But when I came into the real estate industry, Rudy, I came in it with not just a realtor mindset or a salesperson mindset. I came in it with an entrepreneur mindset, right? I want to build a business, right? But because I already had done it in the car industry. And so I dug deep right in, right? I learned a lot. My whole goal was to learn as much as I could in the shortest amount of time possible from as many people who are willing to teach me, and I was hungry. I had the passion to learn. I was super humble, right? I knew I just like in my car industry, I had to learn from the bottom up. And so I did, and then, like you said, Rudy, every year since I started, I've been fortunate enough to cap, right? I've been part of cloud-based brokerages, and so I've capped every single year just by hard work, right? Learning and going out there. So that's a little bit about my sales and business background, Rudy. And recently, I know we're going to talk about this, or I'll bring it up a little bit later. But recently, I had joined another brokerage prior to meeting you guys. I was doing my research and doing my homework, and I capped in a little over 3 months, right? And for those of you who don't know what cap is, capping is when you join a cloud-based brokerage, they have a certain split, right? Which makes us a little different, but they have a split, which is 85-15, right? With a 15,000, 16,000 cap. Well, I hit it every year pretty fast.
That's awesome. And so let's go deep a little bit. So you've been in car business for over 20 years, and and you mentioned just now the difference between people like you who's doing well is basically bad things happen to all of us, right? But then the difference is that we kept on going, we kept on going, we kept on going, we kept on going. And so you got in the business less than 4 years ago. Can you, let's start with that. Let's start with the beginning. So how did you end up at the very beginning on your first? So let's go back in time 4 years ago because everybody look at you like, oh my gosh, for Alex, it's so easy. He was at Real Brokerages. He kept within less than 3 months. He was at EXP or whatever broker. I don't even know. All I know, you're a builders at Realty of America. But can you share like your last 4 years journey so that real estate agents can empathize, like can relate to your story?
Absolutely. So my first year when I chose a brokerage, to be honest with you, I started with EXP, right? And I chose this brokerage because I want to go talk to different brokerages before I decided to do it. I knew I didn't care. The split wasn't important to me at that time, right? What was important to me was mentorship, coaching, right? And the ability to be able to go and learn and transact, right? That was important to me. Um, and so I joined this company that had a big Zillow Flex account, right? And I did super well because I was so disciplined. I was a big student, right? And not only was I a student, my energy, I have natural energy, excited, right? And I know that when you're in sales, for me and for everybody should be, the number one thing for me is customer service, right? Customer service is number one, right? And so I got involved with this company, got involved with the Zillow Flex account, learned the script pretty good, right? And within 5 months, I capped, right? By just hard work, listening, being coachable, and doing the work, right? And so I was able to cap within
let's
my first 6 months.
let's make it a little bit more detailed, Alex, because every time we hear all these agents, when I first get into the business in 2007, Alex, every time I look at all the top agents, people like you who kept within the first couple of months, uh, I feel like there is nothing tangible that they share other than positive thinking. Let's bring it a little bit more practical so that we have many real estate agents are watching you. So the situation is that you are a brand new agent 4 years ago. You joined EXP and you kept within the first 6 months. This is like the first 6 months in the business. Can you share exactly what did you do?
Exactly what I did. Well, I showed up to the office, right? I showed up every day. We had script training, so that was a must, right? And I understood I had to do that, right? If I want to learn, if I want to grow, so I would go to script training. I would learn. Then they put me through a 30-day training course for the Zillow Flex account, right? Then you had to do, I forgot the calls, but you had to do so many calls from the pond before you could even start the Zillow account. And it was a lot of calls. I forgot, like, to be honest with you. And that was so that I can get trained, right? So I did it. And once I completed everything that they asked me to do, then I had to, in our play training in front of our whole team, um, I had to perform in front of everybody. It was my test. So once they saw that I was able to do it, then they turned me on Zillow. That's exactly how it went. That's how we started, right?
That's a good one. So basically what you did, you finding a mentor, which is basically it looks like you're part of a account, you're part of a flex account there, and then you are very coachable. This is your first, remember guys, this is Alex first month in the business, right? And you actually said something. This is actually interesting, Alex. You were very successful in your previous life. You own a car dealership, one of the top performers. But then when you came in into this new world, you actually humble yourself. You be coachable. You learn, right? And that's the
Yeah.
definition of coachable, meaning you learn and you do in spite of your feelings, right? So, and most people now they don't want to do. I think your military background maybe have anything to do with it too. You're very disciplined and you're willing to learn from other people. So, and then what else from that? And then how do you grow from your first year, second? Like share your journey so everybody can follow.
Yeah, and to add to that, and like we said, Rudy, yes, my military background, and because I've already built a business, I understood that I have to start from the bottom, right? And I did. So the next step that really helped me, and I was talking to a younger agent the other day about it, is that I had a mentor, I had a coach, And so when I had my first appointment, my mentor went with me and he pretty much took over. And I saw what he was doing, what he was saying, how he was acting, his mannerisms, you know? And that was important to me. And so I pretty much was learning from this person that part. And even up to the point where we called the agent, right, who the listing agent, right, to put in an offer. He was doing it for me. I was learning. And then from there, even to the point where we got an escrow, we had to go do the avid inspection, right? He went with me, he did, and I was taking notes and I was just learning. So by the second time this went around, I was already ready to go on my own. So that's how it all happened. So that was my first 6 months. And then after that, Rudy, to be honest with you, it was pretty easy at that point for me. It was customer service picking up a phone. That was pretty easy for me. So then I felt like I was ready for the next level. Now, going into this, I wanted to learn as much as I could, right? Different systems. So then I went to Century 21 Masters, right? I wanted to learn the Mike Ferry system, right? Because his system was teaching, all the basics, right? The scripts and all that stuff. So I dug into that for a little while. Um, let's see. And then from there, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from the scripts training and all that. And I don't want to get into too much into detail on that one, but I definitely love the cloud-based brokerage a lot better, to be honest with you. So after I learned that system,
let's pause on that before, because remember, we are not bad mouthing anybody here. We're just stating
right.
facts. I think it's okay, Alex, without we state facts. Like my story, I got my license in Coldwell Banker, and then I was looking for a team. I moved to Remax, and then when I was with Remax, I realized that and then the model, we are talking about the model in Remax back then. They don't allow us to with team in multiple location. So that's when I become independent. So it's not good or bad. I think it's about the model. I think it's okay. I think it's okay to speak about what did you see at that time. And again, for the people, we have many real estate agents are watching this. This is not bad mouthing anybody. It's not like one is better than the other. It's just a different model for different situations. So, what did you see with your when you were at Century 20? What was the model that did not fit you at that time? It may fit many people, right? Different season, but may not fit you at that time.
I'll tell you exactly what it was, Rudy. So I love the training. The training was amazing, right? It was fantastic. But I'm an entrepreneur. At the end of the day, I remember I told you in the beginning the money part wasn't super important for me. But now that I'm growing and I'm investing out of my own pocket to my own, et cetera, now the money's important to me, right? I'm growing already. I'm producing my own leads at this point. So now the money was important for me. That's what made the difference. Their model was a split plus a franchise fee. So at the end of the day, I was taking a lot less in my pocket, right? And so I saw in the cloud-based brokerage, after I cap, I get 100% of that commission to me. So I'm like, hey, this makes more sense. And that's the reason why I came back. Besides, that's the reason why I like that model. That's what happened, Rudy.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense because yes, the we call it the legacy franchise model. And from the agent perspective, like you said, that's you just want to maximize your economics. I used to own a franchise, so there's a limitation as well as the franchise owners as far as to scale and grow the location. So yeah, we are just talking about model at this time. And then yes, okay, let's continue with your year three, Alex. Hey, man, guys, put it on the chat below. How many of you love when I've, you know what? I love talking to you, Alex. Man, I was so excited every time I listen to you. I can feel the passion and I can feel the love of people. I feel the love of real estate. I feel the love on this business. Like you actually fall in love in this business. Anyway, go ahead.
I did actually. I have that fire in my belly again. So after Century 21 Masters, Century 21, I actually said it, but anyhow, I ended up coming back to EXP, the EXP model, right? I joined another team, and they had another system that they were implementing that I started using. Um, so that was almost getting to my third year. So I ended up capping within 3 months as well. I capped in about 3 months. I've already started building my clientele base. What's been working for me is because again, for me, customer service is always been top priority for me, right? Taking care of my client. And I had built, this is important to me, and I think this is important in business. I've built a referral based business in my car dealership, right? So I wouldn't really advertise anymore at a certain point. It was just referrals coming in at a certain point, right? And so I knew that's what I wanted to do here. So customer service was important. So at this point, thank God, right? I started getting a lot of referrals coming in besides what I was doing on my door knocking and all that stuff. So I was able to cap pretty fast. Um, then on my third year, I got introduced to another cloud-based company called Realty of America. And I got excited because Realty of America was just launching. And I got excited because I understood that I was going to be able to be part of a company where I can earn ownership of the company, RSUs, right? And I can help a company grow and from the ground up. I got excited because I'm all about team building. You know, I wanted to be part of a team and coach and, you know, excited about it. And so I got involved with them. I also capped within my first 4 or 5 months. I don't know the exact time frame, to be honest. It was 4 or 5 months. I capped then again because I was transacting and I was building a team at the time. You know, was doing events, promoting, teaching, and so I capped there. And then now, I ended up. I don't want to go into too much detail why I left, but I left for a certain reason. It didn't align. Something just didn't align with who I am as a person, and so I ended up just transferring my license to Real for a couple of months. And in those 3.5 months, I capped again, obviously. And the reason why I'm capping is because I'm producing, right? I love to help clients. That's I just love it. I love transacting, taking listings and all that. So, and then now I'm here with you guys, Rudy. And
Now
I'll get into that in a bit.
that is actually amazing. Let's before we talk about why, because you pretty much you are very familiar with the traditional legacy model, right? We are talking about the franchise model, like the C21 and stuff like that, and also the cloud brokerages, EXP, Real, and all these. We call it the legacy cloud brokerage. They're one of the first one who actually launched in the brokerage, but then you made a decision to launch this, and it's a long process for you to really interview all this. But before we do all that, for real estate agents that's watching this is your first 4 year in the business, and no matter where you are, you always bring you, and you always kept no matter where you are. If you can share, Alex, other than maybe the mindset as well as some practical how to, that how can you always be at the top of your game? You always kept within the first couple of months, no matter where you are. So maybe real estate agents who's watching this can take away 3 or 4 things from you that they can apply in their business right now, so they can be like you, capping in the first 2 3 months, no matter where they are.
Absolutely, Rudy. So for me, I always tell everybody the claim to fame or the claim to my real sales success is my energy, my enthusiasm, my mindset, right? I'm always positive, always, no matter what, right? I try to figure out the positive in situations. And so, how that's helped me is I like to run, Rudy. I like to do a lot of exercise because that allows I don't know, it just helps my brain release any type of stress that I have, and all the endorphins gets all this energy, right? Um, so I think that's super important when it comes to transacting and sales, and something that's super important as well, because you want to build a business that you're going to get a lot of referrals, right? And in order for you to do that, obviously you have to focus on your clients, whether it's your clients. And what I mean by clients is not just your clients like your the ones that you're selling real estate to, or the ones that you're taking listings from, but it's also your vendors. It's also your partners, right? All that, you have to have phenomenal customer service, right? Because it's all about a teamwork. Um, so again, mindset, my attitude has a lot to do with why I'm selling, Rudy, why I'm producing.
That's so
Um,
that's really good. So your mindset and your exercise, I watch you. I went to your, as you were talking, I went to your Facebook. I see you are, so you are running. I ride bicycle, swim, right? So you run. So that's actually true, Alex. I think there is some science study that when you exercise, it generates some sort of positive endorphin. And then, what did you say just now? How did you, and you never give up? And you mentioned, I like what you said, something about you treat everybody like your clients, right? Your vendors is your clients. Everybody, this is why I think you have a good relationship with everybody in this business because you're looking at everybody as your clients. Now, anything else you want to add before we dive into what made your decision to partner up with LPT?
Um, Focus on your clients' wants and needs, right? Not on your pocket. I can tell you stories on a few transactions that I did where something wasn't going right in the middle of our transaction. My clients were like, "Oh, we're always gonna close. We're close to closing escrow," and something happened. They were not happy anymore. She was frustrated. She goes, "Alex, I don't want this house anymore. I really don't." And I sat down and spoke to them. We saw what the pros and the cons were, and definitely wasn't in their favor. So I told them, if you don't want it, let's go. Let's cancel. Let's go on to the next. So I didn't think about my pocket. I didn't care about my pocket. I promise you, I didn't care about my pocket. And so after we did that, boom, right away, I worked, let's go. And we got him into escrow within like 2 weeks later and got him into the house. So focus on your clients' wants and needs, not your pockets. That's what I want to share with you guys.
That's really good. Zig, my first mentor, my sales trainer, Zig Ziglar said, care about other people, put other people first. If you help enough other people to get what they want, you'll get what you want. So that's impressive, Alex. The last 4 years, always be the number, always capping no matter where you go, right? So now what's your big, and you mentioned just now you like the idea on this building from the ground up about right now, you mentioned about the pre-IPO opportunity. So why don't you talk more about what made your decision about LPT compared to whatever else? Like you actually walk away from a cap, right? Today, for the
Yes,
recording purposes, today is
yes,
March 13, 2026. I remember
yes.
Alex like, hey, the opportunity, it's so most people, they cannot be great because good is the enemy of great, right? Alex, you could have said, well, I'm capped here already, right? I'm already capped here this is only my first 2 months. Like you actually walk away from good, but there must be something, right? Like you are not stupid. Like, why are you walking away from cap?
So it's true, Rudy. I even have another transaction that's about to close, and it's with. I mean, obviously I'm gonna get paid on that one, but I just took two listings. I took one on Monday, two on Monday, and so obviously I'm not gonna get paid 100% commission on that, but it's because I have the vision. I see, and I'm gonna share what I see here. I see the bigger picture, with LPT. Um, what attracted me to LPT was a few things. Number one, it's the hybrid model. Okay, the hybrid model was big for me, right? Because the ability to choose, you as an agent, for you to choose which model do you want to be a part of. Do you want to be part of the 80-20 split, the tradition, or the rev share model? Or do you want to be a part of the 100% model? They only take $500 per transaction. You get to choose. Wherein I've never seen that before, right? And all the other cloud-based brokerages, you're just part of one model, the split, 80-20 or 85-15. That's all I've seen. But here you actually get to choose. And why I love that, Rudy, is that when I was building the previous company, I've talked to some top producing agents that are solo agents. They're not teams, right? They're solo, but they're producing at a good level. And they're already part of small little companies that's what they have, $500 per transaction or $600 per transaction. So they're like, well, so even if we sat down and we spoke and I shared with them, a few of them were like, I'm going to stick where I'm at because I don't want to give up, 20% versus 500. So now that I saw this model, I'm like, whoa, there's the answer there's the answer. You get to choose whatever you want. That's number one, right? Number two, I was blown away by the marketing material, Rudy. I was blown away. And to be honest with you, that is what was lacking in the last 4 years for me, right? I did as best as I could with my marketing, paid it. But right here with LPT, they're giving you the marketing material. I want to share. look, here's I just took a listing on Monday, and I input the 3 pictures into the system. And they sent me my marketing material within 2 days. Let me just share it really quick. Oh, they sent me my marketing material, and that's the property that I'm selling. The house, my phone number. I mean, they went all out. That excited me when I
Wow,
got, and I actually
bro.
when I
Wait, how
actually
did you
got
move
that, I was
so
like,
fast?
wow, it's true.
I thought you just joined in. Like, wait. Can you? Okay. For the people who don't, okay, let's calm down. Like, I didn't know you already got your package. How did you move so
I
fast? I thought
moved.
you just wait. When did you join? I
No,
thought today. When did you actually officially join? How did you
Monday.
have that package?
So I
Monday.
joined Monday, but on Sunday I was talking to a client who's ready to sign. I said, hold on. So I finished everything on Monday, and then on Tuesday I submitted the package, but I paid a little bit extra for a 2 day, 2 day transportation. That's why I got it yesterday in 2 days.
Oh, so fast. Now, Alex, for real estate agents that watching this, why don't you go down, go explain it slowly. What is that, and what does it mean? How do you leverage that to gain more business? Because I think most brokerages, Alex, most brokerages, they do not. No matter where I go, I was the number one team at Coldwell Banker, at Remax, no matter where we go. But I don't think there's any other brokerage that actually give tangible tools and resources to help the agents. Why don't you explain slowly what is that, and how can real estate agents leverage one listing to close at least 10 more deals?
Absolutely, Rudy. Well, here at LPT, this is what blew me away. Every time I get a listing, I just input, 3 pictures in there, and they're going to create my marketing material for me for free. And what that includes, so they're going to put the picture of the property that you are selling. And and they even gave me a writer. So I put this under my for sale sign, with this number they can call. And they even have 3 pictures of the inside of the property. So when people are passing by your for sale sign, they even get to see the inside of the property. I thought that's amazing, right? On top of that, they're giving you door hangers. They give you a box with about over 150 pieces of material. Door hangers, right? Just listed flyers, even business cards, So how this is going to help you when you go to a listing presentation, right? When you talk about how you're going to market the property, besides everything else that we're doing online, everything else, you're also I'm taking a box like this with me to share with everybody, to share with that client. Look, we're going to invest to put your pictures and to expose your property. That's number one. Number two, when you do an open house, you have a box like this outside there with this material there, right? So when people are coming and looking at the property, there's going to be clients there that possibly want to sell their home, and you're going to be able to show them, look, this is what we will do for your home as well. So that's how you can possibly get a few more listings as well. That's why I love this marketing material that they provide. And I haven't even dug into all the other material yet. So yeah, Rudy, I'm excited about
Remember,
that.
guys, this is Alex's first 3 days at LPT. You are killing, man, dude. You, Alex. We are recording this, so we're gonna save this for the future. We're gonna watch this video 3 weeks from now. You're gonna kill it, man. You're gonna kill it. I know that. Can you show everybody again that listing power toolbox so everybody can
Yeah,
see one more time?
absolutely.
Now that is what's included is that for free, okay, for free, for each and every one of your listing, you get that 188 free printed marketing materials. Now, Alex, can you share, just take the sign riders so everybody can see the sign riders. That sign riders, the one that Alex was talking about just now, the beauty on this is an informational hotline. That means the brokerage also give you so you actually have access to SCRM Lofty. So when the clients actually call you, when the clients call you, when the consumer call you, the consumer get instantly information about the house, and it goes to your database. And this is how you build a business. You gotta have a database, and that numbers, it goes to Alex's cell phone numbers. So you can call, you guys, just to test. This is Alex's new listing. You can call that number there. Let's pretend I'm the customer driving by. 562-516-0566.
Please enter the listing number and then press star to connect to the agent.
1001.
115 North Magnolia Court is listed for $665,000. To connect with the agent.
Do you see that? So now the consumer are more likely to call because it's an informational hotline. Okay, sorry, Alex. I get too excited. I'm surprised you actually have that package. I was like, how did you end up with that package?
I just ordered another one today, so let's go.
All right, continue with your story. Sorry for the interruption.
So,
continue with your
not
story
a
about why
problem.
LPT.
So the hybrid model, the marketing material, and the third piece to the puzzle. Well, I'll get into the third piece, but another part was that LPT has not IPO'd yet, right? What that means is they haven't gone public, and we're about to go public. So to me, that's a company. We're already established. We have over 15,000 agents. We're in over all 50 states, right? So we're growing fast. But when you get involved with a company at that level, I call it the ground floor level, right? You're earning shares of the company. It's not even stock because we're not even public. You're earning shares. That's ownership of a company, right? That's huge. So as you get in with a company like that, you're gaining shares of ownership of a company. So when they go public, so you want to gain as much as you can. You're earning ownership of that company. So when they finally go public, all those shares that you earned, now they're gonna put a dollar amount, whatever the stock's gonna come out, right? And so that's another piece of the puzzle that excites me, right? Be part of this company before we IPO. That's exciting because it's like being a part of these big cloud-based brokerages at the beginning before they went public, right? The people who got involved at that time earning all these shares, by the time it went public and then the shares were high, those are the ones that made a lot of money on those shares. So that's a good, business. So that excites me, right? But the main piece that attracted me to LPT, Rudy, was you, your team, Max, and Barbara. The team aspect of this. That's what excited me at the end. So I put them all together and I was like, man, I see Rudy. He's excited. When I met you, I'm like, okay, I like Rudy. He's got a big team. He's excited. That's one of the key things that you're excited about this. I'm like, man, we're going to be able to partner up, and build something huge, right? And I saw Rudy, who already has a big team, a massive team, takes all his whole team to LPT, right? And that excited me. And then when I went to your mastermind at your house, seeing your leaders there, and talking with them, that excited me. I saw that you developed a nice culture. And so to me, that's important. So that was a piece of the puzzle. And again, and partnering up with Max and Barbara at Star Financial, that was huge as well, man. That's huge. All of us together, that's huge.
Yeah, that's the people that you do business with matters, right? Now, and talking about that, actually, where are you actually? It looks like you're in a beautiful setup there. Is that your office or like, what's that?
My office.
Where are you now?
My office. My office. I'm here in the
And
city of
where is it?
Anaheim. It's in Anaheim, California. I'm on Harbor Boulevard. I'm in between the 5 and the 91. Disneyland is just right down the street. So yeah, I'm here in Anaheim, Rudy.
So we're gonna do Alex and I we're gonna do a lot of events. Like for example, Alex, I think we're gonna do a seminars. We're gonna invite all real estate agents, regardless which brokerage you are with. We are inviting you to an event at Alex's office in Anaheim. Alex will share with you the practical how in the last 4 years he always kept within the first couple of months, no matter where he went to. Right. So Alex is one of the top agents, and he's gonna share all his secrets, right? All his secrets. It's a private event at his office. And then I will be sharing with you how my team and we sold over close to 1,000 transactions every single year for the last 10 years. And we'll be sharing with you all the playbook, how I built my team, how Alex actually built to be on the top of his game all the time. Have you later on, Alex is gonna, we don't have the date on that yet, are we?
So we haven't have a date yet, Rudy. I'll get with you.
Okay. Why don't you give a teaser to everybody, most real estate agents who are invited, who are this event? Describe your office a little bit because your office is going to be a hub in Anaheim, right? So we welcome everybody. You have a describe your office. I never been to your office, so you have to describe it for me. So you know.
Well, I'm right here in Anaheim. I have my office is a little bit over 1,400 square feet, Rudy. We have cubicles here for at least 9 agents. Then we have my office to the left. Then I have my loan officer assistant. We have a loan office in here as well. So everybody's welcomed here. You know, the mission that we have moving forward, inviting everybody here, is so that we can educate you guys. That's it. You know, to me, what's super important was to get educated on real estate and the loan side. That was super important to me, right? Why? So that I can make a decision on what's best for me. So that's going to be our mission. For me, I'm big on education. When we do these events, obviously we're going to provide a lot of value. You know, Rudy's going to give, you know, how he's going to teach on how him and his team do over 1,000 transactions a year. That is huge. And for somebody to teach you that, you know, that's usually unheard of, because a lot of the times people that are business owners, they don't want to teach you that. Why? Because then you're going to learn it and then you're going to become the competition, right? We don't believe that way, right? For us, we create a win-win situation. So the goal for Rudy and I is going to be to educate you guys, just to share with you guys, look, this is what LPT has to offer. Right now, that's up to you. You know, if you want to come aboard our team, or you know, just at least to give information to you guys. So everybody's going to be welcome here, Rudy. Everybody.
And so it sounds like you also, so you have a real estate team, you have a mortgage team, you yourself is a, why don't you give a little background professionally so everybody know, you are also a licensed NMLS loan officer. And this is the beauty about LPT is that LPT as a brokerage, we do not have any affiliates, like how to say, affiliated businesses other than just the real estate brokerage. That's it. So whatever business that you have, and it sounds like, and Alex about to share what other business that he has other than becoming a top agent that kept every single year within the first couple of months. It sounds like he have other businesses going on. But then no matter what business you have, the beauty on LPT brokerage is that the brokerage only focus on the real estate. That's it. There is no affiliated. You know, we have some other brokerages, our competition, that they're affiliated with some mortgage company or with some whatever. We do not. We are LPT Realty. It's only LPT Realty. Okay,
Absolutely.
Alex, why don't you share about your other business other than you becoming the top, capping every single year and stuff, and why? And we're gonna end it with this, right? We're gonna end it with this. We're gonna post it soon. Check Alex website. I mean, check Alex Facebook. Check my Facebook. We're gonna come up these events that's going on at Alex office, but share with everybody why they should come. Like, what are you gonna be sharing, and what are, if people want to call you now, what is the phone number and what you can help real estate agents with other than real estate side?
Perfect. So I also have my NMLS license, and I got it within the first year of becoming a realtor. I knew I wanted to get that right away. Remember, I was telling you guys, I'm going to be I wasn't going to just be a realtor or salesperson. I'm going to be an entrepreneur. And this is the reason why I did that. Like, I love the real estate side. I love transacting, helping people, taking them to the finish line, right? I love when I give them their keys, right? Or when I sell the property for the client and they're super excited. I love that. That's me. That's my energy, right? But the reason why I got my loan license is because, well, as you know, I owned a car dealership, right? And so in my car dealership, I did it all, right? I had a team, of course, but I helped a lot of people, especially with challenged credit. Many people. My car lot was in Montebello, right? And so not only did I sell them the car, but I dealt with the financing myself. So if they couldn't qualify, I had to make sure I hustled. I figured out which bank would take care of my client so we could move forward. They don't have a lot of money down. All right, which bank is going to help me, right? Bad credit, not a problem. Okay, you're going to charge me a higher rate, a discount fee, but let's see, how can we make this work? So I moved to make sure it worked on both sides, the car sale and the loan side. That was important to me. And the key for my success is that I like to move fast. I'm speed, right? I'm on those loan officers. Hey, what's going on? How can we do this? I just, one of my pet peeves is when a loan officer doesn't call me back, or, I just don't like that. I want answers, right? Why? Because our client deserves those answers. They deserve us to take them to that finish line fast, right? At least give me answers. That's what I wanted. So that's the reason why I got my loan officers license, because I knew I want to operate at that level. So what I did is I got the license. I partnered up with loan officers who've already had years in the business, right? And I partnered with them. And so getting the loan license, eventually now I partnered up with a company called Star Financial, direct lender, which Max and Barbara, Max is the CEO, Barbara is the president of development of building the company. They're amazing people. So I aligned with them, right? And so now through them, they allowed me to open up my own branch here, a Star Financial branch. So I'm going to have a loan officer in here, which is going to help me to process and to move the loans like the way that I want to. So at least I'm here in my office. I'm able to look over everything and make sure everything gets done. And that's the reason why I got my loan license. And thank God it's working really well, Rudy.
Awesome, awesome. So so we're gonna end with this. Let everybody know your cell phone numbers and your office location, so that any real estate agents, you guys, it sounds like Alex is welcoming you to use his office there. So give everybody details, and then we're gonna end with today. Again, Alex, congratulations, your first 4 years. That's amazing, man. You go up. It looks like you actually slowing. It looks like you are slowing down. You are being humble, coachable. But by you slowing down, you actually get faster to the top of the top producers in the entire country within 4 years, every single year since the first year. That's like amazing. So now you're opening up your own office for real estate as well as for your mortgage, and now you're building the team. We're gonna do a lot of big stuff here, but then. So congratulations and thank you for opening up your office to everybody. So give everybody details. Last words from you, and then how to contact you and where is your office?
Perfect. My office in Anaheim, the address is 800 South Harbor Boulevard, suite number 270. 800 South Harbor Boulevard, suite number 270, Anaheim, California, 92805. My phone number is area code 562 755 8391. Again, it's 562 755 8391. And then what I want to share before I end this is that, I have a big vision, a big goal. And my goal is to educate real estate agents. That's my goal, right? I want to educate them on what we have to offer. I want to be able to build, at least bring in by the end of the year 50 agents, into my team. That's my 1 year goal, right? My long-term goal is to empower over 100 leaders, right, that are already educated, know what I know, are doing what I'm doing, so then they can go and teach other realtors to do the same. That is my long-term goal. So you guys are welcome. If you guys are, looking for a home, or you're in Anaheim, you want to just come by and stop by, I'm here to help you guys. And remember this. This is something that I want to leave you guys. I talked to one of the agents the other day, and I said this. Look, Rudy touched on this a little while ago. Whoever your brokerage is, wherever you hang up your license, it is important to a certain degree, but it's really not important. They're really not important when it comes to you transacting. The important person is you. People are going to buy from you because they love you and they trust you, not your brokerage. Understand that. Now, the brokerage is important on what they can provide, how they can help you. That is important. So always remember, any decision that you make sure you do it for you and for your family. Anyhow, thank you guys for having me on, Rudy. God bless you all, everybody.
That is so beautiful, and your spirit, your generosity, right? Most people at the top of the pyramid and they keep it a secret. You get to the top, you cap every single year, and you share and you share and you share, and that's what I think you're gonna. I think that's why I feel aligned with you because we just like to share with people. So I'm excited to host an event together with you, Alex, and you already sponsored two people to LPT. Alex, I don't know. I think you're like on fire, right? You already have your listing power toolbox. You already have two listings. You already Alex is sending me a text. I get a text message here. Alex already sponsored two people. I don't even know how you do that. We're gonna do another Zoom just to interview on how you sponsor two people within 24 hours. But I'm looking forward to hosting an event in your office in Anaheim, and I'm inviting all of my real estate agents friends here. And if you're a loan officer, also talk to Alex. Alex has an amazing program with that. All right, Alex, looking forward to seeing you.